Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to our most excellent virtual classroom. I hope you all had a great time working on our last piece, that Fontaine piece, I Dreamed a Dream. It's something in it. We're going to go ahead and move forward into Castle on a Cloud, which is the next one in the set. If you are still struggling with the last piece, please don't hesitate to go back and review that, okay? You'll have the tracks available to you all the time. So just a quick word about recording too. If you are uncomfortable recording a video of yourself, I do not need the video. I obviously love to see you singing, and it does help me do some diagnostic stuff in terms of your sound, but really what I need to hear is just the audio. So if you want to record a video and point your camera someplace else, you can do that. If you want to record just an audio recording, like in, voice recorder or memo recorder or whatever that thing's called, you can do that. If you would prefer to Zoom conference with me and just sing it for me one time so that you can't go back and listen to it and critique it, that is fine too. So if you're interested in doing that, just let me know. I just need to have some sort of audio recording so that I can hear that you are actually doing the work. That's really what's going on there. Let me tell you about this next song in the set. It starts on page 14, okay? This is Castle on a Cloud. We've just heard about Fontaine, the factory worker who gets fired and has to prostitute herself. Her whole life falls apart. Then in this play, we move to the daughter who's living with another family. The daughter's name is Cosette. So Cosette is the one who sings this song. She's like 6-ish, I think, when she sings this song. She's living with a family who are actually kind of garbage human beings. They run an inn, they have a daughter who they treat really preferentially, and then they make the 6-year-old basically do slave labor to take care of their family business. It's a mess. So Cosette, as a coping mechanism, sings this song where she tells us that she goes to this place in her mind, her castle on a cloud, where everybody's happy and nobody's shouting at her and nobody has to do chores, and there's a lady in white who says she loves her. She's might be talking about her own mother there. But yeah, that's what happens in this song. So let's talk about a couple of important features as you rehearse this one. First of all, the time signatures in this one jump around a lot, but it does end up feeling pretty regular. If you look at the top of this page, we've got 2 measures of 4/4, and then we move into this 2/4. Then we're jumping back and forth between 3/4 and 2/4, 3/4 and 2/4. It just alternates like that for the whole verse. That feels confusing, but it's all quarter notes. You could think of it as 5, okay? So instead of 3 and 2, you could feel it like 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if that's an easier way for your brain to process that, please feel free to think about it as being divided up that way. Just be mindful of where those time signature changes are. In every measure where you have 2/4 or on the 5th beat of each set for these little verses, please cut off on the rest. So cut. Cut. Okay, so that's just a common pattern. We'll keep that pattern the whole way through. The other thing you need to watch out for at the beginning of this piece is on page 15, there is a repeat sign. It takes us back. Da, 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 da. Repeat. Second verse. Da, 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 da. Rest. And we go back again. So we sing this whole section a second time, and then we just take the second ending. So just be aware of that. There is a roadmap issue in there, okay? One last thing to draw your attention to a minute before I give you a part-specific instruction, and that is at the top of page 16, we have this instruction, rallentando. It's R-A-L-L period. It means slow down, kind of like the tempo is dying a little bit. You might be asking yourself, what's the difference between a retard and a rallentando? Aren't those the same thing? Yeah, kind of. But just like in English, we have different words that there's some nuance. They mean essentially the same thing, but there's a little bit of nuanced meaning there. The same thing is true in Italian. For right now, what you need to know is that means just slow down a little bit. Watch out for that measure too, because there's a fermata at the end of it. And then we jump back into a tempo, back into regular tempo. And then there's one more slowdown at the bottom of the page too. Da, 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 da. Okay? Okay. There's just one part specific thing I wanted to bring to your attention to. Altos. You have a really interesting pattern here in the beginning. It might be a little tricky for your ears to tune into, okay? Sounds like this. I just want to bring it to your attention a second. Da, 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 da. Some of those notes are out of the regular tones that we would hear in a scale like this one, so just be aware of that little jump. Da, da, da. Make sure that that's nice and clean, okay? Tenors, I don't think you have any of that. Basses, you might have a little bit of jumpiness in the beginning too. Da, 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 da. The starting pitch and the ending pitch of that pattern are the same, so just make sure that you're jumping together there. I think that's it. Have fun!